This puppy is saving lives. He dragged the drowning boy to the shore, hearing the boy's faint heartbeat, so he unzips his shirt with his mouth. He started to do chest compressions, but he didn't have enough strength. He ran to the wooden bridge and used his strength to sprint. He jumped to the highest point. The boy was saved, knowing how weak the boy was, so he caught a fish from the river. The boy was so grateful, so he got down on the ground to check the sex of the dog. He was a good brother, and so the boy adopted Yellow. He's very smart. He learned to skateboard after just a couple of looks. Look how envious the old couple are. He's also an educated dog. He likes to read magazines, and that's not all. He's also a very good gamer. He's the prettiest boy in the game room. When the boy wants to do his homework, he would crouch down. He's like a mobile desk. The boy fishes. He would sit quietly and listen to the song. The relationship is great. Occasionally, he would be naughty. He would deliberately boat up and let the boy find him. The boy is very anxious. The tone of voice was slightly worse. Xiao Huang knew he had made a mistake. That day, the boy's father was transferred for work. The family was ready to leave the place after packing their bags, but Xiao Huang had drunk too much. Just last night, he went on a date with the little Teddy next door. He had prepared flowers and champagne. He asked Teddy out to the dog shed in the backyard. The next day, when he sobered up, he found out how his master had driven off. He chased him all the way out of town, but he couldn't catch up. Looking at the car as it drifted away, Yellow was so tired he waited for them to return, but the wait lasted all afternoon and caused a traffic jam. When the traffic police arrived, they smelled the alcohol, so he drew a line on the ground to see if he could still walk in a straight line to prove that he was sober. He stood up and walked in front of the traffic police, but he was still given a ticket by the traffic police. After resting, he continued to follow the road again. Finally, he smelt a familiar smell on a pillar. It turned out that the boy was afraid that Xiao Huang had lost. He was on the side of the road along the way, and places to eat. He had left his scent all along the road, and so the dog smelled the scent, chasing him day and night. And when he couldn't find water or food, he began to hallucinate. Eventually, he collapsed on the side of the road. Then a passerby passed by and took him home. But when he arrived at the man's home, he found out he was a dog dealer. He picked up stray dogs from the roadside and eventually made dog sausages served to the guest's table. The dog trader had put him in a cage. The other dogs are curious. They pull out all sorts of mirrors, all wanting to see what this unlucky fellow looks like. But Yellow doesn't want to stay here and be slaughtered. He wanted to escape. He starts running on the floor. His companion uses the mirror to look around. When he sees someone coming, he gives the signal. He rushes to cover the hole with a piece of cloth. He waits for the dog dealer to leave. He got out of the hole he had dug. Then he opened his companions' cages one by one. He escaped with all the puppies. The dog dealers heard the dogs barking outside. They were stunned when they went outside, surrounded by a pack of dogs.